So you're searching for the Sony little micro voice recorder deal. This is about how big it is. Super small. I've owned this one for over a year now, and so I'm going to do a quick review of it. This model is the PX312, and I'm running with a little Sony brand mic as well, which is the ECM-CS3 clip style. And I'll get to this guy in a little bit. This guy comes on board with 4 gigabytes of memory, which is sweet. And it also has an expansion micro SD slot right here on the side. It has your connection to your computer, and it comes with a cord for that. It has a hold and power on and off switch on the side here. And what the hold does is so that when, it's pretty obvious when you turn on hold, put it in your pocket, none of your buttons will be pressed while you're recording, or you're putting it in the pocket of the person you're recording. I use this for video. You could also use it for voice memos if you do that sort of thing, or other uses, I'm sure. You don't need to have a lav mic or a mic plugged in. It has an onboard mic, but of course, if you've done any research, you know that for good quality sound, you'll need something like this. It also has a speaker on it, so that when you're out on the field recording and you want to check the quality of the recording you just did, you can quickly do that. You can also delete with the button here on the side, so that later on in post you don't have to go through all of this junk recordings that you could have easily deleted on the train back or whatever. You also have volume button and a noise cut button, which actually works pretty well if you're doing anything in your software on your computer. It's pretty easy to do that noise cut stuff later on, but it's nice if you want to just speed up your post a little bit and have that right on it. It has a folder button, scene button, a menu button, a forward one, back one, stop button, T-mark button, play, and a record button. So it's pretty full on. It's got everything you need. The location of the mic is on the front here, and it has the input for the lav mic, and it also has a headphone jack, which is really handy to have for just monitoring the audio as well as listening to it to cut out those junk clips, what have you. And the pricing of these varies a little bit from what I've looked up. I bought this a year ago for around $50 on Amazon. I just went back and checked, and there was one up there for $150, and there's also one on there for $50 still, so I'm not sure what's the fluctuation about, but I'll link you to the $50 one that I found. I'll link you to this guy as well, but I'm going to talk about this guy real quick. The cord length, decent. You're listening to the quality of this combined with this right now. I'm not going to do any editing in post and mess with the sound at all. So this is a stereo lav mic, so it's got left and right on it. It actually says on it. It's got a nice little clip right there. I'm not going to touch this too much to save your ears. But you could clip it on the shirt or clip it wherever. You could clip it on the end of a pole and hold it above whatever you're recording. But what I've found with this guy is a lot of times when you're trying to keep it out of sight, or if it's a button up and you're trying to put it inside, it's a lot easier when you don't have this style of stereo lav, because one of the sides ends up in the shirt, or one of the sides ends up touching the shirt, or if it's in a jacket, a lot of times something like that will happen. And what you end up with is when you're listening to it with your headphones while you're editing, you have one ear that's got constant this brushing sound similar to like this. I won't do that too much, but basically not good, right? And so a lot of times I've been like really feeling like I should just have one side, or different option. But $20, I'll link this to you as well, to where I got mine. Decent price for what you get. It works really well. I'm not speaking in an overly loud voice right now, and it is pretty close to my face, but if I put it over here, this is the sound quality you're gonna get. I'll turn off this mic, and this is the sound quality I'm getting on my GH3 over there. which isn't terrible either. I'm talking pretty quietly though. But when you turn it back onto this guy, so much better. So much better. So yeah, it takes AAA batteries. I'll show you that. 2 of them. Make sure it didn't turn off. Nope, it didn't. And yeah, I've never changed the batteries the whole time I've owned it. Weird. Maybe I don't use it enough, but yeah, it's pretty sweet.